I am Ludwig van Beethoven. Perhaps you have heard my name. But do you know the life behind it? Today I shall reveal to you my journey, mein Schicksal, my fate. From the battles I fought, the loves I lost, to the triumphs I etched into every note. Come closer, for I am not just the deaf composer you know. I am a man full of fire and longing. I was born in 1770 under the strict eyes of my father, Johann, Finn he was. Well, streng, very strict. He wanted me to become another Mozart, a child genius who could earn him fame. He would often force me to practice at all hours, awaking me from sleep, making me sit at the clavier until my fingers ached. Sometimes I felt like a prisoner in my own home, but from this I learned discipline. And I found a sanctuary in music, the one place where I could truly be free. By the age of 7, I was already performing for audiences, playing with intensity, driven by my father's relentless ambition. But inside, I knew there was something more I wanted, or something beyond the notes. At 21, I left Bonn for Vienna, the city of giants. There, I would meet the great Haydn, learn from him, and yet. But I wanted to create music that could speak like no music had spoken before, full of feeling. Here I believed that music should go beyond pretty tunes. It should express the rawest parts of the human soul. In Vienna, I became known not just as a composer, but as a fiery pianist. Audiences would gasp at the force with which I played. My fingers danced like fire on the keys. I was unstoppable. But still, as the city praised me, I knew that my greatest works had yet to come. This is the story you might not know. I was a man who loved and loved deeply, and yet my heart was always captured. My beloveds were often noblemen, too high above me in status to ever truly be mine. And so, in youth, my love lived only in secret letters. There was one, my angel, my everything, who I called my immortal beloved. She was the sun in my darkest hours. I poured all of this longing, this passion into my music. The Moonlight Sonata, the Appassionata. Every note was a part of my heart speaking. Sometimes I wonder if my music knew the touch of a lover better than I did. The part that changed everything, my hearing. They betrayed me. Imagine a musician losing his ability to hear. I was in my late 20s when it started. First a faint ringing, a buzzing like a cruel whisper from fate, and soon only silence. It was as if the world was closing in on me, shutting out the very thing that gave me life. In my despair, I retreated from society, locking myself away. I could not bear the pity in people's eyes. At one point, I even considered ending it all. But then I wrote a letter, my Heiligenstadt Testament, where I confessed my suffering. But I also made a vow to continue, to fight, to defy this fate. And thus, I composed with even more power, more urgency. My Iroquois symphony was born out of that defiance, a call to the world that I would not be silenced. Onja, but my ambition did not end there. I wanted to create an opera, a work that would be not only beautiful but meaningful. That is how Fidelio was born. The story of Leonore, a woman who disguises herself as a man to rescue her husband from prison. Her courage, her strength. I wanted people to hear her voice and believe in justice, in freedom. Fidelio was not easy. I rewrote it many times, almost as if I myself was locked in a struggle, just like her. But in the end, Fidelio became a work of hope, a beacon of light against oppression. And in some way, I poured my own isolation into that music, a prisoner of my own silent world. By the time I reached my Ninth Symphony, I could hear nothing, not a single note. Yet, I could still feel the music inside me, the ode to joy. That was my gift to the world. All men shall become brothers. This was my dream, my wish for humanity, that we could live united, in peace. I remember the premiere, standing there, conducting in my silent world. I could not hear the orchestra, but I felt their energy, their power. They say that when it ended, the audience erupted in applause, but I did not know until someone turned me to see them. They were on their feet, clapping, crying. In that moment, my deafness did not matter. I had spoken to their hearts. And now, you know my journey. I was not just a man of notes and symphonies. I was a man of struggle, of heartbreak, of resilience. I faced the silence and conquered it with sound, with music volatile, music full of soul. Every symphony, every sonata, carries a piece of my life, my spirit. Even as I suffered, I chose to create, to give the world something beyond words. So, when you listen to my music, remember that it is not only notes on a page. It is my heart, my soul, my triumph over fate. I may be gone, but my spirit lives now. Farewell, dear listener, and may music be your guide, your solace, as it was for me. And remember, music can transport you to the most magical places, if you just let it. Until next time, my friends, and subscribe for more magical opera adventures.